Hello and welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking and this is Republic TV. I'm Rukma with you and the breaking news that we're bringing in now. Glory for Indian music as Bengaluru-based Indian music composer and producer has won the award for his composition Divine Tides. He was nominated in the Best Immersive Audio Album category. The result was announced at the live ceremony held in Los Angeles in the United States. This song was Kej's collaborative project with Copeland, and they bagged another Grammy for Best New Age Album in 2020. The composer also won for his 2015 album, Winds of Samsara. So, music composer Kej wins his third Grammy. Incidentally, this is his third Grammy, and it's a glorious moment for Indian music as the Bengaluru-based composer bags a third Grammy award. And joining me is Prajwal. Prajwal, a huge moment for Indian music, and Kej brings home a third Grammy. A huge achievement, definitely.
Absolutely. This is his second in collaboration and also his third Grammy. He had one individual Grammy and two as part of collaboration as well. So definitely quite a huge moment for India and especially for Bengaluru, because this Bengaluru boy Kej has now continued to astound everybody. And even if we are speaking about Divine Tides here, Rukma, this is an album which consists of 9 songs and he has won as one of the collaborator because he is also the music composer for this particular album. And in 2015, we also went on to see that he had gone on to win his first Grammy for Winds of Samsara, which exclusively spoke about global warming and also about music which had been created underwater as well. So every time Ricky comes up, there is some sort of uniqueness in his music, and this time the collaboration with the collaboration with these with these composers is definitely huge and immense. And also look at the amount of competition here. We are speaking about international bands such as the Chainsmokers. We're speaking about individuals like Christina Aguilera. So all these people with big names, and Ricky competing against them has again come as the winner. And every time he goes on, surprises us. And definitely he is definitely the pride of India as well. And he has scored big at the Grammys. And also, if we are looking at 9 Tides, this particular album has won 5 Grammys alone. So this is quite a huge moment for Ricky to be collaborating with international artists and bringing his third Grammy home and second as a collaborator.
Right, and earlier, what would you say, inspired this Bengaluru boy, as you say? You've also been in Bengaluru. He's a known personality there. What has he said earlier about his inspiration? Because he has composed not just with the international composers, but individually too. He has really excelled.
Absolutely, Rukma, because if you look at his past projects, especially when it comes to India, the sort of contribution that Ricky has done for wildlife conservation and also about global warming and environment and climate issues is immense. He was a part of a project called as Wild Karnataka with one of the leading directors of wildlife from India, who is again a Bengaluru boy, Amoga Varsha. He went on to collaborate with him and produce some astounding music, which also had the voice of David Attenborough, who is one of the foremost pioneers when it comes to conservation and wildlife too. And David Attenborough went on to state that Ricky is not the present, but Ricky is the future, and he is a gem that India should be proud of. And definitely Ricky is amongst those greats who has gone on to produce music. His major inspiration is the fact that he wanted to do something for the society, because Ricky now and again had stressed on that individuals would complain that there has been nothing done by the society for them, but he put society before himself, and he has done so many projects mainly in conservation with environment as well. And that is where he draws his inspiration from. And all those sounds that he records, which is called as the foley, the sing sounds, as well as, these sounds from the nature, that is something which has largely played its part in making Ricky to what he is and standing at this international platform today, being the pride of India.
The pride of India. He's also been named very prestigious. He's been an ambassador for very prestigious projects. As I look at my research here, he's been a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador. He's been a UNCC the Land Ambassador at the COP14. So clearly, his work, his endeavors have not gone unnoticed. But what about Bengaluru? What is the kind of response that people hear? The kind of inspiration that youth here see in Ricky Kej?
Youths in Bengaluru are definitely hooked on to Ricky's magic wherever he goes through, because now the Twitter is abuzz already, the internet is abuzz congratulating Ricky, but also there are a few of the tweets which has been shared by the Twitterati and especially among Bengaluru too, and they have gone on to state that whenever Ricky performs, it is very hard to sit at a place and they want to groove to his music. That is one sort of music that they are speaking about, but the genres that Ricky has gone on to play with and gone on to master himself is not only those groovy tunes but also those which will help which will help the cause of climate and nature, as I have been saying, because his first Grammy was for Winds of Samsara here, Rukma, which played a very prominent role in putting up that pedestal. That was the pedestal, that was the stage where Ricky had gone on to perform, and now he has been sought by bands not only in India or Asia but also across the world. And this is one such best example, and Bengaluru is definitely celebrating and are happy for the success of Ricky Kej at the 65th Grammys. And apart from that, you were also stating about him being the ambassador at the COP14 and also the UN, also the UNDP as well, and he's gone on to contribute for several causes absolutely free of cost. He's not even taken the money when he's gone to travel and speak to these kids, compose music for the kids, compose music for climate. So his love for the cause is so much and he's so invested in the cause that his work, his dedication is something which is showing in the form of these awards as well. And Bengaluru can just go on and celebrate today as well, Rukma.
Right, Prajwal, you just mentioned Richard Attenborough as one of the great humanitarians, environmentalists, one of the great voices for saving the world, saving the environment and the ecosystem. Let's listen into more voices, more reactions that are coming in on this immense victory of Ricky Kej winning the third Grammy.
I believe that, now is the time for India, simply because, in the past when it came to music, most young musicians used to feel that if they wanted to get global recognition, then they need to make Western music, they need to make pop music, they need to make music which is in the English language. But now we've realized that the best way to get recognition globally is to actually dig deep into your roots, find out what uniquely makes you Indian, and that is what is going to give you appreciation all over the world.
Right, and Ricky, you have made every Indian proud, because the kind of musical talent that you possess, that is something that is very rare. As somebody who's from Bengaluru, an Indian, when you were on your journey to make great music, did you ever think that you would win a Grammy Award?
No, absolutely not, actually, because the Grammys felt like an unattainable dream, not even in this lifetime. And, it wasn't even a goal of mine because it felt unattainable. But then I won my first Grammy at the age of 33, and the immediate thought was that what next, And then 7 years later, that is in 2022, I won my second, and now I'm nominated for my third. So it just feels very surreal, and it feels great to be recognized for my music, especially since I don't do mainstream music, and all of my music is about the environment and about social impact, and that's the only kind of music that I make.
And Ricky, several of those aspirants who are watching the broadcast at this point would want to take inspiration from you, and the lessons that you can probably share with them that you had faced in your journey before you, won those laurels. And also talk to us, what do you think, in your view, is that connect that people really get when they hear songs like these, which actually get you closer to those milestones?
Yeah, of course, my sincere advice to the youth who are getting into music is that make music from the heart. Don't wait for somebody to actually pay you to make music. Because what happens is that with Bollywood having such a strong grasp on the music industry in India, what happens is that almost every song that comes out of India is either a love song or an item song. And there are so many things to celebrate in India: our culture, our heritage, our festivals, our environment, our nature, our people. There are so many things to celebrate, and we all should write songs about these things that we need to celebrate and showcase this to the world. So I think that becomes really important, and that is the advice that I would like to give to the younger musicians. Now, in terms of my future endeavors, I'm of course a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador for refugees. I'm going to be working a lot with refugees across India. Also, a United Nations ambassador, a land ambassador. So I'm going to be working on land degradation issues. But in addition to that, of course, on February 5th is the Grammy Awards ceremony. So I'll be going to Los Angeles since I'm nominated, and fingers crossed that I can bring home my third Grammy for the country.
Absolutely, Ricky Kej, it was absolutely a delight to have you on the channel. And you just added another feather to your cap by telling us that you also work with the United Nations. All the very best for your future endeavors.